Hi everyone, I'm Semaganda Joseph. Thanks once again for joining us on our YouTube channel. As always, we've got very important information for you. To all our returning subscribers, you are most welcome. But please, if you are new here, make it a point to subscribe to my YouTube channel. It is a new garden. We are just harvesting. As you all know, we are from a dry spell. But for us, because we applied manure and we did irrigation, now we are harvesting, as you can see. This is an alfalfa garden. Now we are making these heaps, then we are carrying them up there so that we can keep them properly. We leave them under the sunshine today only when we have just harvested, so that they can wilt, not to dry from here, but to wilt. Because when you leave it dry from here, it will lose some of the nutrients. So if you want it to retain all its nutrients, you have to leave it here, and then it properly dries under the shade. The reason for making this short is just to let you know how can you raise capital to run your livestock farm, or the simplest or the easiest way of raising capital to purchase the animals you want. When you are coming into livestock farming, we all focus so much and very much on purchasing the animals, so that we have so much passion for the animals without knowing that you must have feeds to feed those animals, and without feeds you can't do livestock farming. So dear farmers, someone who has brought in animals at the farm first when you have limited capital. For those who have huge sums of money, it's okay, you can do your pasture stuffs and also buy the animals at the same time. But for us low income earners, what you can do first, grow these pastures, then start selling the pastures, and then you acquire the money to finance the purchasing of the animals. For example, if I buy 20 goats today, I will need a month so that they get used to the environment, to the new environment where you have taken them. After that month, they are served. They won't be served on the same day, but let's make an assumption that they are all served on the same day. They will take 5 months when they are pregnant. If you have properly fed them well, you will need 6 months to sell those animals. That is a full year. And if anything goes in the negative side and a kid dies, you have to wait for another year in order for you to sell. Yet mortality is part of the process in livestock farming, though we try as much as we can to reduce it to 5%. So for these pastures, let's make an assumption. You have planted 2 acres of alfalfa. The amount of alfalfa you get from that place, after 3 months, if you have planted, you'll be harvesting. If you are keen enough and your mindset is okay and you have changed that you will not only rely on the weather conditions, and you dig there a deep well so that you can do irrigation, you will be able to harvest after 1 month. Let's make an assumption that this month maybe you have failed to harvest in the large quantities or according to your expectations. What will you do next? You do irrigation again, apply more fertilizer. The following month you'll be again harvesting. So by the time someone is having a kid of 6 months, you have harvested 9 times. And this alfalfa is very expensive. And if you start with planting these pastures, in case along the way you face some challenges or run short of funds, again you can still sell these ones to pay your workers, to build some structures. So it makes a business sense for you to start with these pastures. Why am I recommending alfalfa? It is not so common in most farmers. Its demand is so high because for me I receive a lot of calls. Do you have some alfalfa from different departments, dairy section, those doing rabbit and whatever. So dear farmers, my advice to you, if you have limited capital, have less capital, you are not financially stable, start growing these pastures. Even if you are doing Bracharia morato, it's also very good. For us, even the other side, we also have Koisha Guyana. In case I fail in livestock farming, I can still sell this one and I can still earn on the farm. So for us, we are doing serious business. 2023, we want to succeed. We are planting more pastures. We no longer rely on the environmental condition or weather conditions. For us, we dug a well, which is 1M. And then we bought a machine, a simple machine for irrigation, but it does well, 2.5. That's 3.5 M, almost 1,000 US dollars. That's a very good back of 3 M and 1 single male of 75. So, dear farmers, instead of buying 20, at least get 10. Make sure you have enough pastures. As you are selling the pastures, you'll be earning some little money to run your project, and again, you can acquire capital through that so that you can purchase the animals. That is the quickest way to us low-income earners. Let's go back to the garden. Let us not be afraid of becoming dirty. Let us work day and night so that we can have this success. Because there is no shortcut to the top of a palm tree. I will tell people that. And in animal farming, you can't succeed within a period of 1 year. A minimum of 2 and 3 will be good to go. You have earned some little money. But just imagine you have less capital, you want animals, you want 20 goats, you don't have enough feeds. Even if you have the feeds, you have to wait for a full year in order for you to start selling off. Someone who has started with these pastures will be far much better than you. Reason being, alfalfa takes 3 months. But for me, this one has taken 2.5 months because I do irrigation and I make sure there's enough fertilizers in this garden. As I told you earlier, for us, we go organic. We do apply organic fertilizers. We have our dung from our simple diet section and from our goats. So now I'm harvesting. Even the alfalfa I have harvested here, I can be able even to acquire 2 million from it because the garden goes up to the other side, as you can see. Even the other side, I've planted a new garden of alfalfa. So, dear farmers, it's all about starting. Don't focus so much on how much you can plant. Because even me, I started with 50 by 50. I added on 80 by 70. Now I've added on another, even this side. So now already I'm harvesting 2 million here. And if I say that I'm selling this, even tomorrow it will be finished. But I can't sell it because I have my animals here. So this is the easiest way. You can raise capital if you have less money to purchase the animals. And besides that, these grasses don't need vaccination. These grasses, they don't need you to sweep every day to maintain hygiene and whatever, as long as you control the weeds. And once they grow, they act as cover crops. And besides that, these are legumes. They fix nitrogen in the soil. See the benefits. So, dear farmers, as an advice from me to you, if you have less money, make sure. But if you have enough money, still this is a very good business. Before someone who is doing goat farming earns, you have already started earning. If you can plant 10 acres of alfalfa, you earn more than someone who has planted even maize. Because these ones are perennial crops. And maize, those are annual crops. This one can stay for about 4 to 6 years as long as you properly maintain them. So, dear farmers, this is the quickest way of earning or raising capital to purchase the animals. I wish I knew this when I was starting. I had so much love for the animals that I purchased a lot of animals having less feeds. And I never knew even pasture management can make you earn. As I've told you, no spraying, like for the goats weekly basis. Even if this month I failed to get some good harvest, the following month I make sure that I earn. But if you lose a goat after 6 months, that's almost a full year because you have the 5 months when the goat is pregnant, 6 months when it reaches the earliest stage for selling them, 1 month when it was getting acclimatized to the environment, that's a full year. What about if you lose that kid? If you lose a kid, then the process will come to 2 years, which is totally impossible with the pastures. And again, if you have enough feeds and you start purchasing animals, they will multiply so fast. Reason being, you'll be having enough feeds. So, dear farmers, invest more money in these pastures. It will give you money within a short period of time. From 3 months, every month you'll be harvesting. Even if you tell me that you have your 50 goats, the only difference is the other person may get her or his money in a lump sum, which may not be the case with you, but this one is safer. And once you get enough money to purchase your goats, then you can keep the pastures because they will still be into existence. Then you keep your pastures. See, this is our alfalfa garden, but we never planted it in the same week or the same month. We have been planting because kg is 85k. For me, if I have 85k and I can manage a simple or small garden which can accommodate that, that's what I do. Bring here the camera so that these people can see how nice looking our alfalfa is. As long as you pay attention to fertilization, provision of waters, and you control the weeds. Look at our stand. It is almost, not exactly, but almost a weed-free garden. Can show them, bring the camera closer here so that these people can see. We planted this simple garden. On the other side, we planted another garden almost equal to this. Even the other one. So we have never done this at once. We have been taking it step by step, step by step. So dear farmers, don't excuse yourself that you have a 50 by 50. You just plant 50 by 50. Once you see the results, you'll be in much love with it. Then you plant more and more and more. I'm emphasizing pasture management and having pastures at your farm because I know this is the number one key to success in animal farming. Because any animal which feeds well can't easily fall sick. Even its health will be so good, so it will become more resistant to diseases. Let us go in the Coast Guyana garden. Hope you can see. We have just harvested this like 2 weeks back. Now it has gone again. Even today we are going to do irrigation here so that we can provide enough water so that our pastures can grow more. This is a very good business because even if you are going into livestock farming and you prepare enough fields, rest assured you will have the exact number of animals you wish to have. It may even give you strength to go beyond your expectations. If you are preparing to have 50 because of enough fields, may even keep 100. Farmer, this is our Rhodes grass or Coast Guyana grass. As you can see, I've been emphasizing pastures. Even if you have Coast Guyana in plenty, when you have properly fertilized it so that it can give you large volumes, you can still sell this one and you get the money. Bring here the camera so that people can see what we have all over this place. These are around 3 acres. So even if you have Coast Guyana and you make bales, you can sell this. And even this Coast Guyana, for us to use organic fertilizer, once you apply back the fertilizers, then you do irrigation. Because these grasses go with control of weeds, waters, and then fertilization, applying of organic fertilizers. Oh, even NPK can work. But for us, we have the dung here. And on our farm, we want to go organic. You can see the volume. Show them here. All over this place, you can see the volume we have. We have our pastures. Even if I did not have a single goat or a single cow, I can still sell this one within a period of 1 year. People said after 45 days, when you are relying on the environmental conditions. But once you no longer rely on environmental conditions and you fertilize your pastures and you provide the waters, for us our well is here. We just dug it, come closer so people can see. Can see what we have here. You can see what we have here. I'm so happy. I wish I knew this. I'm putting more effort in pastures this year because I saw how my goats became pathetic, how I was losing animals due to nutrition. Even if the management is good, even if you have good genetics, when the nutrition is poor, you will be seriously affected. See the volume we have here. So when they grow well, they even cover in between the lines so that they can suffocate those weeds which are down there. So this is our well, which we just dug. It is so simple, but it is making us survive even in a dry spell. So here we are. It is very easy and simple as you can see it, but the content of the water inside, we do have the waters. You may not be able to see it, but there we are. So dear farmers, as you can see, we have our pastures. So this is the easiest way. So now even if I take on a single year like this, selling these pastures, I'll be able to pay the workers and save some little money so that by the end of the year, I can be able to purchase the animals. So, and again, when I bring in my animals, where the feeds are already into existence. So, managing those animals will be so easy. Even the multiplication effect will be so high. I love you so much. Thanks for following me. Thanks for subscribing to my channel. May God bless you.